Thank you to our fellow board members, and thank you to our community who came out to speak today. I encourage you all to please share your comments with our board, with our school systems, follow up via email, send an email. You all, many of you wrote your speeches, put it in an email and request follow-up. I also want to share, this week I visited a school. I visited Meadow Creek High School and participated in their event to celebrate Hispanic heritage. And they had this celebration called Quinceañeras y Libros. And it was such an amazing opportunity to see students share about books they read from Hispanic, Latin authors. And they wrote a book report. And then they were also able to walk sort of like on a runway and share their culture, their heritage, and even some personal stories around how celebrating who they are is so meaningful to them. And so it was just a wonderful moment with community members, family members were there, and students were there. And I think, you know, sometimes when we focus so much on academics, we also understand how important it is to just celebrate those other extracurricular things that can also help children feel like they belong. And those ceremonies like that and celebrations may not seem as a big deal for some people, but it really meant so much to those children. And so for people in our school systems who take the time to celebrate the culture of all of our children and who they are and celebrate them, I commend you and encourage you to please continue to do that. We listened to mariachi, and I was able to sing De Colores, which is one of my favorite songs that I sang in Puerto Rico. So it was a really beautiful experience to even connect with the students and their families. So again, I just appreciate the opportunity that the schools provide to our board members and the system provides to our board members to actually go and visit our schools when we can. And I just think it's so very important and continue to encourage our board to do those things. October is also Dyslexia Awareness Month, and I just want to continue to share our commitment at GCPS around literacy, investing in the needs for our children, making sure we're promoting the resources that are necessary, and also ensuring that there's a supportive and inclusive environment for our students. We know that we've come a long way, and we still have more work to do in the area around literacy and supporting the needs of our dyslexia students. I also want to share that this week we had an online feedback session from the ALMA group, and this session was for the superintendent search process, and it allowed community members that were not able to physically attend any of the sessions that we had for them to be able to attend virtually. And I want to share that I was in the room where it was all Spanish language, and again, it was another opportunity for a community that really is like 21% representation of our students speak Spanish, and to have the family members in the room really share in their language their concerns and share what they were looking for and their needs. But one of the most impactful things that I heard in that session, and even in the in-person session, was, wow, this is the first time that I have a space to be able to share my language and how I feel, and to be able to voice my concerns. And I think little things like that, when we give opportunities to our community members that have been marginalized, and not just Spanish or other languages, of course, that we have in Gwinnett County, but for the number of people who signed up for that session, we had quite a bit of Spanish speakers. And so I just want to continue to encourage our school system, our community, to engage, even if English is not your first language. Your voices matter. We need to hear your feedback, your concern in the superintendent search process. This is really important that your voices are also engaged and included, even though you don't speak English. Send an email in Spanish, send it an email in Arabic, send an email in whatever language, French, Mandarin, Korean, Vietnamese, and our system will translate it and we'll figure it out and understand your needs, but just know that don't let that be a barrier to you. And then finally, I want to make some comments around belonging and connect it to the environment. When we invest in the environment of our children, we ensure that there's a space where they feel safe and secure. When children feel safe and secure physically, mentally, emotionally, they have a sense of belonging. Investing in East Blos encourages a space of belonging for our students. When we have carpets that are clean, when we have facilities that have good air systems, our children are healthy, right? When we have investments in our technology improvements, our students then become have the opportunity to become more competitive globally because we are investing in the most up-to-date technology. When we invest in our CTEA programs, that also gives an opportunity for our students to be ready for a career and life outside of GCPS. So investing in that 1 cent is so critically important for our schools, and it creates an environment of belonging where our students can walk into a space and feel like it's safe, it's clean, and that they're cared for. And I just don't want us to be not aware of the importance of that 1 cent tax for investing in our schools. So I encourage you all to go out and vote early. We are now in early voting. Early voting is now through October 31st, so go vote early. Vote now, vote tomorrow. I also encourage you all to research your issues, learn more about East Blos on our website, watch the videos. You all will see the impact on the GCPS website to East Blos. And again, your vote is your voice.